I just realized that my mom gave things like free things away to the teachers that I had in elementary school, and it's like I wonder if that could have affected my grades. Was there any kind of favoritism? I mean, I don't feel like the teachers really liked me all that much, but I wonder if maybe I was prevented from being held back a grade at any point because my mom was giving gifts to the teachers.
And mine said he's already pre-ordered 500 of them, just trying to get them at a lower cost than later when they're gonna keep going up because of everything going up. So he said, we do have 500 we can get in the ground. But he said, we need to do it sooner than later because the batteries only last for 25 years. I'm like, sure, those batteries are expensive too.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so,
Everything's.
hey, he's gonna need a break. He didn't go home and have lunch.
Oh, I did. I sort of did.
No, he did not.
I took 45 minutes. We're good. I took.
Did you eat?
I had some cookies.
Oh. That's just the sugar buzz waiting to crash.
I had tea. I have tea.
You know how I feel about that.
I know, it's not real water.
I'm horrible about drinking water. Don't even start with me, kids.
I drink it, I know.
Alright, I got this little case from a hotspot that it fits in pretty decent. Keep a cord in there. I'm thinking that while it's in use, I'll have it open. And when it's not in use, I'll close it. That'll be a helpful way to remind me when it's on, because I always want to make sure I turn it off, because it drains battery life, and it might even eat up information while it's on. There's no fence around the graveyard. This would be the one graveyard you could just pull your car up at night, right on the side of the road, walk over and do a little grave robbing. This is the best opportunity I've seen out of all the graves. Yeah, usually they have a big fence up. These guys chose not to. Yeah, I'm thinking part of my problem over the past few days, not including today though, I'm better, was eating those 12 eggs practically in one sitting. Hard boiled up 12 eggs of the farm fresh cage free eggs. The yolks tasted good. I ate them all. Then I started having these weird heart issues, and it was like my heart was beating a little more thickly, like the blood got thicker. and then over time, over a day or two, yeah, the breathing was more labored, the heart was beating harder. Then it moved to my knees hurting. My knees were actually pretty pretty rough. They felt achy, really achy knees. Achy knees like when I get the flu. So it was strange. It's like I had a sickness, but not quite. It was nutritional. And then after a couple of days, that went away. My heart feels better now. My knees feel better. I feel better overall. I slept a little bit extra, I think. Eating too many eggs in one sitting was not quite good for me. It's like similar to the heart issues I got from the sour cream. Eating too much sour cream was causing heart issues as well. And stopping it brought relief. So here you can tell that the bathrooms are new. They say that the bathrooms are supposed to be at this pool way over there, but they're locked right now. And so they've made a new bathroom here and just never tore down that sign. Or at least that's what I'm assuming they're saying it's at the pool, right? Pool B. Alright, Cuba is the mural city, but this looks a little artistic too. It's nicely mowed around. It looks very cleanly piled up. I can hear banging on the other side of the wall. Oh, I see. It's because they got a trailer holding it. If I would wait a couple hours, I suppose I could get a better picture. I think that banging is from the wind blowing a metal piece against each other. And so I'm going to the grocery store and the library. They're not far. Mace. Because Walmart is very lacking on food. It's too small. So this church is set up, it's got a gym or something, a house, and then the church over here, all with a thick wall in front. It's over constructed. They use big rocks and cemented them together. Really excessively large rocks, but it looks neat. I wonder if there's a history behind it. Congratulations, grads. Is it that time of year? Alright, so not far from that church is a museum and library. I'm interested in the museum. Library is just across the street here. But the hours are 9 a.m. almost every day, like 9 to 1, almost every day. So when they tend to have long hours, they tend to cost money. I'll check, but I'm not. If it's gonna cost, I'm not gonna pay. So these couple of boards signify the Battle of Leesburg. Gun holes? Oh, to put your gun through. One over here. So kind of fit your gun through there. I'm not sure how the eye holes are. They have a bit of a pattern to them, staggered pattern. Alright, so they want $2. It's nice that I learned that ahead of time. There's no way I'm paying that. So, whatever. See what I can see from the front door. I've never seen these type of stickers before. Route 66 Association of Missouri. It's the first time I've seen these stickers. Route Missouri 66 org. And they've just been saving them from every year. 25 years. Alright, that's the front entrance. And then what's interesting to me is this abandoned looking house. Kind of want to look inside. Private property. They had intentions to build it up, but did nothing. Left it. There's no access inside. It's too far in the city. Too close to the center of the city. But it is a quiet area. I don't know. Well, this is unfortunate. Another padlock here. They love to do that around in Missouri. Judge Owsley can hear expanded jurisdiction cases, but can only make limited jurisdiction decisions. The sponsor is the casino. Confederates in Cuba. Ewing's intent was to reach the railroad at Leesburg and take his group by train to safety in St. Louis. The Confederates sent detachments and destroyed the track and depot and boxcars. So they needed a rescue. And they retreated to Leesburg, near Cuba, not quite in Cuba. I'll just record this a little bit. This is the Mural City after all. That's what Ewing looked like. What have we here? A display at Frisco's. Oh, some kind of a portal. Some cheap a portal. Oh, somewhat cheap, not too cheap. Death Investigation Academy. D.I. DIT DITacademy.org. I just saw her nailing that on. There's nothing like nailing a fresh private property sign on your house. Hey, this is a first. They sell CBD here. Farmer's Daughter Hemp. Alright, I'm gonna ask if today is the free day. Oh, summer and winter. Okay.
We're
So,
open.
you are? Okay. Well, I also have to ask, is today the free day?
Free?
Free day? Is today the free day, or
I don't know.
you don't?
No, but that's all right.
You don't know if they could even cost money?
Yeah, if it's what does it cost? $2, $1?
Well-
It ain't much.
Well,
Come
I
on
mean-
here.
Okay. All right. Thank you. One guy let me come in for free, but then it got cut short by another lady who walked in and insisted I pay, so I left. Alright, so this is where they launch their fish. It looks very rough, very hard to make use of. I don't think many people do use it. It takes a long time to grow a smallmouth bass. I'm surprised they live so long. 8 to 10 years? Alright, somebody's purposely trying to protect whatever this plant is with the cage, a couple of plastic pipes. And there's a few of them out in this area. I think it's at least state owned, so likely to be protected by the state. Alright, I found one of these, and here's another. The wild lettuce. In pretty good state. The one I chewed on was very bitter. I like it, but it's so rare, so few and far between that I don't really want to abuse it. Well, there's a couple more. Like this one, I guess I could take a couple off of this. It's nice and tall. Big purple stem, but it bleeds white. So it starts bleeding white. And that's the bitter part. So since I'm not doing a whole lot of boilings of weeds so much these days, so I just got rid of those teapots, and this is going to be more of a multi-use pot now for everything. Alright, so I picked a little grass to clean out a corner here, and it picks up the dirt pretty good, but I did drop a few blades. So this grass is coarse enough and wet enough after a rain. See, I got a filth that caked up in here that I can reach with the grass. It's green cleaning. Couldn't do this in the desert. Couldn't find any grass. Yeah, that looks better. Clean. Alright, using these walking sticks, I'm learning about range of motion and how limited the range has been while in use. The range of motion starts when I put it forward, I'm pushing down on it, and the range of motion stops right about there before I pick it up again. So the kind of strength I'm developing is only between here and here with the point of contact. So I'm pushing against that point of contact, and I've developed strength imbalances over using the walking stick. So I want to further work the range of motion and further extend the range of motion with the muscle work by laying down, and then where that range of motion stops is about here. Okay, so just laying down, even a little angle up, and start pulling with both sticks. I'm only recording with one stick. I finish out that range of motion. Okay, because it's so limited with the up and down movement, and I want to continue trying to balance out that strength of balance, simply because I've developed problems with the breathing, the deep breathing. I was compressing my chest with the strength and balance. So now I got these pads, and I want to lay down more and use sticks. I used the yoga blocks, which helped me kind of realize my problem, and now I can use sticks, and they move more, so I can get more range while I'm laying down. So when the judge was talking about at my trial, or even the pre-trial hearings, he said even 2 viewers is significant. I now realize he was referring to himself and the prosecutor. There's an owl that's going hoo 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 hoo. It's got a good rhythm. The edge is falling into the river. You can see it's ripping up, falling in various parts. Very soft. River's very muddy. There was significant rain, so there's a lot of erosion happening on this river. Well, this is a first. I've never seen a water tower with the cell tower right next to it instead of on it. Everybody does things different.
Is there something I can help you find?
What do you need? What do you want to help me with?
Is there something?
You're so aggressive. There's
I
no
was
need.
just asking if you knew.
All right, there's no need to be so forward. All right, so I got a 5th and final right here container. I hope that's gonna be it, because that's all that fits on this shelf. 5th and final to prepare for the summer. I can easily fit 10 pounds. I can easily fit 10 pounds of ice in 3 of them. Then just always have something to cycle milk with, and then clean them out. The 5 might make it easier to clean out things. So I've been getting into the habit of putting yogurt in with the milk. $1.20 for these little yogurt things. I can't say it's really helping a lot, so I don't know. This is just kind of a practice that may not have any logical reason. Half staff looks a little low for this giant flag. So this area is like a fairground next to the Lions Park, but all the gates are open. Every single one, all four sides. So it's interesting. I think I might get away with just staying here for the day. Alright, I've been keeping my binoculars under my seat for a number of months now. And I find that I need to keep these dust covers on. A lot of dust piles up. You can kind of see the dust on the covering. I didn't have these on for a time, and the eye holes were getting too dusty. But I don't need to protect this side too much because it's more inside. So I only, because there are covers for this, for the ends, but the eye holes are too exposed. There's too much of a air gap at the top, so I make sure to protect them. And then I put these leather things on, but they're not too useful, but they don't seem like they get in the way too much. So I keep them on in case. I had them for this camera. I was just trying to hold it in place so I could look through the eye hole and record. But it's not easy to do that. It's not easy. It's like I just got lucky just kind of putting it up. I get lucky. Yeah, when I want to look at something quick, it's so hard. I usually just focus with the camera instead. Almost the same. Zoom is almost the same as using binoculars. But I just want to say these binoculars kind of paid for themselves early on when I saw this one girl off in the distance thinking that she was like in the Walmart parking lot. She was with friends too, thinking that she was like there's nobody around. She just started peeing right in the parking lot, and I'm like, I could see you with my binoculars, because every so often I'll park and then I'll look around and I'll be like, okay, is there anything I can't read or see very well? Well, let's see what the binoculars can show. And they've been helpful. Like, what's that sign say? Binoculars can't quite read it, but they help with some things at least. The binoculars help with some things at least. Alright, I just bought this. I have ice in it. Look at this. Sweat-free design. It's sweating. It's cold. There's ice in here. It's broken. The vacuum seal is gone. This has never happened with the other ones I've bought. And when I bought this, it did have dust on it. You can still see a little bit of dust. So this is broken. This is no good. And in fact, I should get the ice out because it doesn't have the vacuum seal anymore. So there is no insulation actually. If I put hot water in here, it would be too hot to touch. And I don't even want to test that because I know that the ice, it feels like it's colder in certain spots. See, I have the same amount of ice. Yeah, this one feels cold on the outside. I just bought it. And this one does not. It's a little cold, but it's not sweating. It's not as cold. There's a difference in quality.